I really, really love dawn. This is probably one of my favorite times of the day, and I think part of that is because Chips is still asleep and the apartment complex is quiet, so it kind of feels like I'm alone in the world for just a little bit, but at a very beautiful time where I get to watch everything wake up and start moving and the birds really start singing. My birds really start singing. They wake up at about 6 in the morning right now because that's when it's really sunny outside. So that means I wake up 6 on the dot, no matter what time I go to sleep. Lately, I wake up 6 on the dot, and that's okay because I get to make a cup of May the Forest Be With You, a really nice warm peach tea, and settle in for the morning. And I hope you guys are having a good morning too. I feel bad because I'm falling behind a little bit on both my channels with making videos, but yesterday we had a really, really busy day. I got a new chair that I'll talk about in the future because it's a huge deal. It was a huge deal, mostly because of the price point. And I got the snail mail and opened up fan mail, recorded all of that. But also out of the blue, I just had a kitten day hit me, like boom, halfway through it. And so I didn't end up getting much recorded. And in the end, I didn't even like have the wherewithal to sit down and maybe do some of the kitten day recordings that we've talked about, like opening up old fan mail and rereading that. And I'm really happy that I'm getting better at realizing, because I was just getting more and more frustrated at myself. I couldn't understand why I hadn't recorded the things I've recorded. You start getting that kind of angry commentary in your head. Come on, Seri, it's just Sims 4. It's just a Minecraft. Why can't you just sit down and focus for a little bit? But I would get like 10 minutes into a recording and just forget how to speak. Like the words just would stop coming out of my mouth. And that's when I realized, oh, I don't think something's right. And then I realized I was tired and I wanted to take a nap, and that is an excellent indicator for me that it's a kitten day. So once I realized it was a kitten day, I let it be a kitten day. Chips was amazing. He was checking in on me, making sure that I had my fever medication. And he was just so sweet, you guys. He's amazing. He's the reason I have my new chair, which is also really amazing, and we'll talk about more in the future. But yeah, it's a new day. It's not a kitten day anymore. It's a new day. And I have things that I want to get done because I love creating, and because I love just the experience of the world, and because I love being alive. And it's really great to start realizing that I can look at my workaholic nature and the way I love getting things done, and I don't have to look at it through the lens of like, oh, you're a workaholic, so you just want to see like the quantity and quality of what you do skyrocket just because you're a workaholic. No, it's because I really love being alive now. I really love engaging with life. For me, every opportunity to sit down and record a new video is an opportunity to tell a story. It's the opportunity to be part of a story. It's the opportunity to discover something new. It keeps my creativity and my spirit just moving forward. So in a weird way, vlogging has helped me become more at peace with being a workaholic because I'm reframing what that means. I'm realizing that for me, it means lots of, like, living a wide life with lots of experiences and lots of stories to tell and stories to listen to. So that's why I love hearing your guys' comments too about what you guys are up to. But anyway, I will stop rambling about that because I do have a lot I want to get done today, and I have to just share this with you guys because when we move, I really plan on, in my little office, I'm getting really excited. I'm getting office daydreams lately. Like I plan on having, oh my gosh, just so much stuff for you guys in there. So you'll see like all the fan mail and all of that laid out. It's going to be organized. It's going to be quiet. I can close the door. The other reason yesterday I kept getting interrupted by like the delivery people coming, or like Chips would pop out and I would just be like, wah! And so I would stop recording, and I will have a door I can close and I can just get into my own mood and just focus on producing more stories. But then also I'm starting to get like office fantasies where it's like, it's going to be organized enough I can blow up my yoga ball again, and I can get out my yoga mat and I can start like doing those routines again. And it's just amazing because I'm also thinking about like how I'm going to do my morning routines and how I'm going to just get into a good healthy flow when we move to our new home. And it's important not to put all of that in like the new home. So I'm trying to get into good healthy flows here now. And the baby's hungry, so you can hear him chirping in the background for more food. He's adorable. I love him. But yeah, I don't want to put off, you don't want to put off everything that you need to do to make yourself healthy, or that you want to do for your goals, to a future date all the time. If nothing else, just trying to get into those habits that you want to do in the future now will give you the strength for when you get to that point, you can actually feel like you can do it. And you won't get there and then still have to be learning those habits you want to establish. So one of the habits I'm trying to establish now, because one of my big goals is to try to like manage my weight a little better to help with my health, is I'm drinking green smoothies. And I love green smoothies, and right now at this point in time we haven't been home long enough for me to really do some research on green smoothies that I can make my own. We have a good blender, so I probably will be sharing some of those like little recipe videos with you guys in the future. Vegan recipes in general I'll probably be sharing, because people are always like, what do you eat, Seri, as a gluten-free vegan? How do you survive? And there's tons of food, so I'll share that with you guys. But I've been drinking like the naked juices just as a shorthand until I can start making my own. And I asked Chips to bring me home a green machine, which is really yummy. If you guys have never had them, I think they're pretty delicious. And he brought me home the only green one they had in the entire store. Kale blazer. So this morning I said, well, Seri, you've done your yoga for the morning. You ate Chipotle yesterday because you weren't feeling well, and that's not going to help anything in the long run. So you need to get off on a better foot this morning. So I thought I was going to do something that would torture myself, and I was going to drink the kale. And I thought, in for a penny, in for a pound. I put the kale into the liquid kale into the glass, and then I added the protein powder and stirred it together. And I was like, yeah, we're just going to chug this, and then you don't have to worry about eating until like it's lunchtime, because you'll be full of good protein. And 5 3/4 leaves of kale. Oh, gross. I don't like kale at all. And I thought it was going to be miserable, and that the protein powder might like kind of clump up, and then I'm going to be gagging on clumps of protein powder, and actually it's really good. So I'm like, I don't really like the drink alone, I don't really like, but somehow the protein powder, which is not sweetened in any way, just adds a tiny touch of sweetness from the pre-protein, I think, and suddenly I'm like, hey, this isn't so bad after all. So I'm really excited about that. That's just a small example of trying to get used to the healthy and good habits I want to have when we move now, because then when we move, I might actually be able to keep them up, especially because we're going to be so close to that French toast shop. And I have a feeling Chips and I are going to be walking down there to get French toast like almost every week. Oh my goodness. At least it's a mile walk there and a mile walk back. So hopefully that'll help us out. But yeah, and then there's just a lot I want to get done for the day. I want to see how many adventures I am able to come up with and report back to you guys here on the vlog channel by the end of the day. So that would be really fun. Real life adventures, walking, well, I should say physical life, because like I keep saying, the digital life is part of your real life. And I think if we respected that a little bit more, people might handle it a little differently, or treat themselves a little differently at least. But yeah, I want to go on a walk around the lake later. I got my new shoes. They're not as cute as my old shoes. The ones that I showed you guys, I had to return because they were a little bit too big, and I got walking shoes, and they're not as cute, but hopefully they'll do the job, and I can go find some goslings or the blue heron. And then I found a really cool quote yesterday from Rachel Carson, who is a really important scientist when it comes to the research of ecology and trying to like just champion environmental awareness. And I love this quote because it kind of summed up everything I try to do in my life in one beautiful phrase. So I'm going to put it probably somewhere. Maybe I'll even put it on the channel art. The more clearly we can focus our attention on the wonders and realities of the universe about us, the less taste we have for destruction. And I thought that was pretty amazing and kind of represents what I'm always trying to do, is focus on the joy moments, focus on just the natural beauty of something, focus on cultivating excitement to the extreme, just over the smallest mundane things, and you lead a very, very full, happy life that way. And that is the kind of life, cultivating that kind of awareness of what's going around you through appreciation and gratitude of being able to just look at a beautiful bird in a tree, or look at a nice flower, or a patch of moss or a mushroom, and being able to go, that's really pretty. It does lessen your appetite for destroying what you see. And it does give you a deeper sense of respect and wonder and awe about how the world works. And as a result, hopefully will help you to make the tiny but essential choices to change the world, to take the bag to the shop with the grocery store at, to like try to eat less meat, or like look into more sustainable foods. That's a hawk that just flew into the tree. I'm really excited, but yeah, things like that. So I hope you guys enjoy that quote. I'm gonna get the day started. I'm gonna see if I can get this hawk on video for you because it's really pretty, and we'll have to see what adventures we get up to today, guys. Very pretty hawk. I'm guessing. Do you hear him? I'm guessing that is a red shoulder. And he's talking to somebody else. It's kind of funny because the tree he's on, that tree normally doesn't have a lot of leaves during most of the year, and now it actually is covered in leaves, so he's been pushed out further out on the branch than he normally sits. But I love this, you guys. Listen to that! Isn't that so cool? I love this. He's really beautiful. I think he's looking for breakfast this morning. They'll usually sit up in the tree and over water, and then they'll look for prey items that they can eat down around the water areas. They don't really eat like fish or anything like that, but I'm pretty sure we have bullfrogs big enough to like sate his appetite if he wanted to eat some. I love stuff like that. I love that. I love that so much. I love sitting out here and listening to the birds and looking at the trees and smelling the soil and just feeling the early morning dew that's still kind of just hovering in the air. So it's not hot and miserable just yet because it's been getting really, really hot with summer coming in. I love watching my tomato plant grow. I love watching these poor little flowers do their best to recover from 2 weeks of neglect while we were gone on our trip. I love this. I love being out here. I love being part of the greenery and the world. And I just really sincerely hope to the very bottom of my heart that as I develop my skills and as I learn how to be a vlogger and I learn how to expand my main channel with our gaming channel and our stories that we tell over there, that I can make it my life's work to try to bring the beauty of the natural world to you guys in whatever perspective, whatever form I can. I really hope I can do that for you guys. That's my biggest goal, and the only way I'm going to get better at that goal, just like the only way I'm going to get better at my habit of wanting to drink green smoothies, is by trying new things and doing it again and again and again. Penny Star, one of the YouTubers that I follow, she's such a sweetheart. She is on Twitter, and she tweeted out the other day, creators, what's the biggest thing you think has ever helped you? And I think I was one of the few people who responded, and I was casting a wide net, and then working again and again and again and again, making more videos than I know most people who have been doing this longer than me don't have over 3,500 videos on their channel. And honestly, most of them don't need to. And I had a bit of a learning curve I needed to get through. I didn't have quite the popularity or the knowledge or the expertise or the understanding of what a YouTube channel was supposed to be when I started. And I got better because I made more and more and more and more. And now I'm feeling that same excitement, that same hope, that same love for all this greenery, for the world, for the sound of the birds. And all I can think is, I don't know how it's going to work, and I don't know what it's going to take, but I want to get better and make more and more and more so that I can try to bring you these experiences and make them good enough and high quality enough and better enough that hopefully it can be more than just a few minutes of entertainment. It can be planting a seed inside of people's hearts and minds that can actually do something to change the world. And maybe that's so super ambitious and a tiny bit egotistical, but that's not what I want. I just want to be a conduit for all of this beauty and the old wisdom and the knowledge and the power that we have to affect the entire planet and change everything down to the individual level up through like entire world level. I don't know what my contribution can be to it, but on mornings like this, even though I'm drinking the Nasty Kill smoothie, on mornings like this, watching a hawk scurry and fly through the air, all I can think is that I don't know what it's going to take. I don't know if it's going to take 3 years of doing these vlogs and having to just get better and better and better, the way it took with doing my gaming channel. But whatever it takes, if I can do that, so that I can try to bring this to you guys on that level, to try to change the world, then even if I'm going to make a whole bunch of really boring and really silly vlogs, even if it's going to be a very embarrassing, very public learning experience, I don't mind, because the results would be totally worth it. So if you guys actually, that's where you guys, this is a community thing, could help me. How could I make this interesting for you guys? How could I share? Is it just talking about my passion for it? Is it just exposing you, having tsunami waves of like plants and animal footage? Is it just like showing you guys, like the stuff where we sit down and we watch plants grow from seed? Because we planted this seed together, this heirloom tomato seed. You guys can go back and watch it grow. Is it planting the seeds? Is it raising the birds and letting you guys see their growth together? Is it going on walks together? Whatever it is it just being passionate? Is it teaching you interesting facts? Whatever it is, I'm going to do my best to figure it out and share more of it with you. Because this world is so beautiful, and I'm so happy to be part of it. And there was a time when I would have said that was impossible to think of, but that's how I feel now.